The beginning of freedom from the pain body lies first of all in the realization that you have a pain body. Then, more important, stay present enough to notice the pain body in yourself as a heavy, negative emotion when it becomes active. When it's recognized, it can no longer pretend to be you and live and renew itself through you. So this is one of the most amazing quotes that we have from chapter number 6, Breaking Free from the Pain Body. It's one of my favorites, and I think also this morning, every day, I practice this quote kinda. I always notice the pain body, which for me, it's kind of a strong emotions on the upper chest, some just like negative pressure that I feel. And if you recognize it as entity, as like a field of energy separate from yourself, a negative field of energy, you are no longer identified with it, you separate yourself. And this can lessen so much suffering, you suffer so much less because you separate yourself. Oh, so beautiful, the birds, yeah. You separate yourself.
Okay, you feel every time your pain body?
I feel it a lot, not every time, but I feel it a lot. This morning, for example, I felt it.
What you felt?
So I sat and I meditate, and then thoughts came, negative from the past or whatever, and then I felt like a pressure on my upper chest, and this is for me the pain body. Just wants to feed itself, just want to eat more negative thoughts or emotions, and I would just like recognize it, just like knowing that it's there. That's the only thing that you should do, not fighting it. I don't fight it, I just recognize it, aware of it.
Why we have this? And why you think this world have this? Why the God created the pain body?
That's an amazing question. I think this is part, maybe, of the evolution. He wants us to go to the next step, awareness, and the ego and the pain body are such harmful. I don't want to be like so negative, but they bring so much pain and suffering that you don't have any other choice but to wake up. I had such a big pain body, and I suffered a lot. I had depression, and I couldn't really accept or learn the teachings of Eckhart Tolle and New Earth or all other stuff if I wasn't really suffering, So maybe this is the reason. It's part of our evolution.
Before, what you call this? Before to know this is my pain body?
I thought it was me. I didn't call it a pain body. I thought it's just me. I am suffering. This is who I am. And complaining.
Okay.
Just miserable. Not always, yeah, but there was many periods that I was miserable, yeah. My thoughts coming and going, like the most like negative thoughts ever, and always repeated themselves. And then there was like harsh days, like a period of days that I was just suffering. I didn't go out of the bed maybe or whatever. And then I went to music or television or even sometimes food. But then you suffer a bit and then it goes away to sleep, and then it comes back and awake and push you to more negative thoughts or negative encounters with other people.
Okay. So before you said it's part of evolution. I also believe this. Because sometimes in your life you are scared about some things, and this is pain body or no?
I don't think so. I think like you said something really beautiful. You're scared about stuff. So you're scared about doing stuff, like, but if you suffer so much, you just do it. For example, you know what it reminds me
Yeah.
of the mushrooms, the magical, the psychedelic mushrooms, yeah? So I always was against, and I was the biggest nerd about it, you know? No, never psychedelic. Wow, no, never. And then you have depression, which is so painful and so like I cannot it's physical pain. People think it's like just mental. It's also physical. It's really painful. And I was like, I'm going to try whatever. I'm going to try everything. So a good friend of mine, which I trust, and she took care of me and whatever. And during this psychedelic adventure that I did, which was really good for me, I did it with the closed eyes and psychedelic music. And I know today institutions use psychedelic mushrooms or drugs to heal people with depression or other diseases, mental diseases. And many people told me in a few years it will be illegal, because there is no other way. There is no other way. It really works. But this is like just like I just wanted to start the fear. I had so much fear, but it dissolved. When you have so much pain body, when you suffer so much, the fear dissolved. For me, it dissolved because I didn't care. I didn't care. I like the fear was, I don't care. I'm suffering so much. I don't care. Also for fruitarian, I changed my diet to mainly eating fruits and vegetables because I met a friend which is a fruitarian, and she told me one of the best things that I got from it, that I'm more positive, more energized, more happy. And I was like, I would try. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to try whatever I can to feel better. And the fear wasn't there so much. When you suffer so much, the fear is gone for me.
I also I improved so much my life when I change my diet. I think you are more malleable, more mm, more soft with the emotion.
Me.
No, I think all the person eat healthy
Yeah.
they feel better because this heal your pain body a little bit. Your pain body is also built with bad or well stuff. You
Fabio, look at you. You walk in barefoot and you eat in such a strict diet. For 2 years, you didn't drink water. You
yeah,
only ate fruits, right?
yeah,
You had mono of durian, which is amazing, yeah? Mono of durian and avocado and whatever. And you did all of this because you suffered so much. You suffered before.
yeah,
You had to do it. You had to do it. And how many of us stay in the same place, stay in the same routine, eat the same food, do the same stuff because we don't suffer enough, you know? But then life hits you hard and then you have to change, you know? And maybe this is the purpose of the pain body, but I think it went too far. I think like this is maybe what also Eckhart Tolle says, the mind and the pain body have gone too far. It was never like this, like maybe 50 or 100 or 500 years ago. Now this generation really feels it. How many people are depressed? How many people are sad? In Africa, I don't see it so much actually, you know? I don't feel it so much. But
but because I think they also eat better respect the industrial chemic because the food is not food, is chemic food, is in chemic,
chemical, yeah, you can say. Like processed food.
and our country is no, I don't mean yes, I'm from Italy, but respect America. America is
Multi-processed?
yeah,
Yes. So you think it's because of the food? I think it's also because of the connection to the nature. They live mainly, like many of them, really live almost outside, you know? And the nature here in Kenya, we're right now in Kenya, is amazing. So I think it's also because they're not so rich, so they don't have the screens in their face all day. And those who have a phone are on their phone all day, but many kids, many grown-ups do not have the money or the resources to buy these phones or to buy like processed food. They eat fruits and vegetables, and sometimes they eat maybe chicken or eggs or whatever. They eat less. They have more community. Okay, they live together, which also helps. They're very like into relationships. You see it like brothers. They call their friends brothers. They're always in groups. They have many brothers and sisters. That's the reason why they're not so. But it will come to them. It's part of the evolution. It came to the West. It will come to them also.
Yeah. I asked Hilary, what is your best food? And they said me ugali. But
Hillary is one of the friends that we met here.
yeah,
So you said you ugali, which is like
ugali. And
it's a
in
corn. It's maize. It's kind of a local plant which called maize powder, and you mix it with hot water. Then you have like a sticky dish that it's kind of like how do you describe like I don't know, like oats, not oats, but like just like a sticky dough that you
yeah.
eat. Yes.
And when I told me it is, I think how is less respect the flavor of chemical industrial.
You think it's less chemical than other food?
Yes,
Ugali.
but respect the knowledge about my country is totally
Far away.
far away. Exactly, far away.
Yeah, they don't eat bread almost. They eat bread a bit, yes, but mostly they eat ugali, which is like
Yeah,
plant-based.
I told you because I want to ask you. This is the reason they don't have so much so much food, so much special, so much I don't know how to describe variety respect the industrial country, and this is the reason why they are more happy.
Yes, they also work out. For me, it was a surprise. But many men here, even though they're working hard and whatever, they go running, they're going to work out. They really like it's very important for them. You don't see so many
Fat.
fat men.
Yeah.
Men, you don't see so much. I think there is more like a focus on the man than on the woman. Women can be skinny, fat, doesn't matter. But for the men, I didn't see fat men. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And when I said it to Hillary, he told me, yeah, it's very important for us. If you are fat, it means that you don't work, you don't care about yourself. So strange.
Yeah, it's very strange. Respect, yeah. Yes, I think I saw just one or two person fat.
Okay, maybe we didn't see them. Of course, there is because they have oil, they have stuff. You can be fattier easily, but
Yeah.
okay. So just to acknowledge the pain body. Fabio, you can do it. Can you do that? Can you acknowledge? Just be aware of your pain body inside when it's awake.
Yes.
Where is it usually in your body?
My body um, in my stomach
Interesting.
normally begin the center is what is gut, but this is the center.
Like
The
yes, the center of your stomach.
yeah, when I have pressure, when I feel I feel this, I feel in my body My body is in pain only with this.
You know what? It's also interesting that I think almost every vegetarian or vegan person, for me, this is my theory, started this journey. If he started in old age, not in a young age, because young age are very more ideology. They have more ideology and they want to protect the animals, which is amazing. But when you grow up, when you are grown up, yeah, usually you become vegan or vegetarian. This is my theory, because you have problems with your stomach. You are very sensitive, or many foods that the West brings you don't bring you joy or give you pain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The toilet experience is not good, and that's why you search for other stuff. You know, this is also suffering, and it's so interesting. Why some people have trouble with their stomach and some people don't. You know, and for you, the pain body is focused on the stomach. So I think many of us.
Begin. This is the center. After is all the body.
Wow.
Okay. So my the key for me for less pain body is to don't eat. This is my true. If I eat less, I can control more the stuff inside me. The emotion.
What do you mean to control?
Beautiful question. To change my emotion. If I have pain, I can focus in other stuff outside, and when you change your focus, change the movie of your mind.
So let's say you're very fearful. You have a lot of fears right now. You fear about the future.
Yeah.
Or you're sad. And then you decide, okay, this is not a good day for me. I'm going to fast today. I'm going to stop eating. And then you distract yourself. You're thinking about other thoughts. What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. The best is to don't eat and wait. If you wait and if you don't eat and you wait until this finish, it's more easy. It's like when you have some things, okay?
Some scratch.
Scratch, okay?
Yeah.
And if you don't put water, okay? You don't put anything, okay? This is more fast to recover.
Okay.
But if you put some things, lemon, water, okay, it's very.
I think this is one of the most important things that I learned in the past few years, that when we are sick, it's the best to let the body heal itself and don't push inside stuff. You know, many people like, if you have a flu, drink a chicken soup or eat this and I'm like, no, just let the body rest, you know? Some people travel, as we do, and have stomach problems, you know, many. And I travel so long, and because I eat mostly fruits and vegetables, I didn't have any issue really. But when you eat cooked food in foreign countries, you can have problems. And then people recommend, okay, eat banana, eat rice, or like, no. There's a reason why your body doesn't want to eat anything at that point. When you have a fever and when you have a problem with your stomach, your body doesn't want to eat anything. You're disgusted by everything. But because we are so used to eat every day, so much, like 3 times a day, we are like in this loop, you know, and we have to eat. But really, let the body knows itself the best, you know.
Yeah. Before to begin this podcast, the mind lies, the body don't lies. The body is the truth.
The mind lies, the body doesn't lie. The body doesn't lie, Fabio.
Doesn't lie.
But sometimes, you know, you sit. For me, in the university, I remember that I wanted to study for a test, and my body was like, "No, you have to eat now. I'm so hungry." You know, it was my mind. It was my mind.
It's not about this. It's about when you ask some question with when you ask some question, the body, also if you in your words you lie, but the body don't lie.
Exactly.
Okay,
You feel it. You feel
you
it.
feel.
When you lie, you feel it in your body. That's why I don't. It's really hard for me to lie because I feel so much stress.
Yeah.
So the body, the body is such an amazing machine, and we only focus about the mind.
Why there is a machine of the truth? The people created this because the body.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you lie, the body said no. This is not true.
Why? That's a good question.
Why? Yes.
Yeah, why?
Because I think what the body do is is build for don't waste energy. When you lie, you waste energy.
Ooh, you work harder, and the
Yeah.
body doesn't like it.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Fabio. That makes
This
sense.
is also intuition. The intuition never lie. Your intuition. Sometimes after happen some experience, this is the reason why I may feel this when but I don't trust my intuition.
Never?
No,
Why?
if I don't trust my intuition, I don't have eyes for see the reality.
If I trust my intuition?
If I don't trust.
If I don't, okay. But you do trust.
Yeah, I want to trust 100%, but sometimes I'm not aware, I'm not consciousness for be friend with my intuition.
You know, the question that I always ask, how do you differentiate between your intuition and your mind or your thoughts? How do you know this is intuition and this is, or this is only a thought, you know?
Intuition don't have thoughts. Is only be. Okay? Intuition is feelings.
Amazing, exactly. Feelings.
Is very fast. Intuition is not about thoughts, sense of guilt, okay, this stuff. Intuition said only yes or no.
That's amazing.
Feelings bad, well, why is bad? But why is well?
It comes always also with emotion, you know, the intuition comes with, that's what they say. When you want to know if it's intuition, it comes with emotion. And it's so interesting that you say it comes with no thoughts. Just a feeling that you need to do something or you should stay away from somewhere, you know?
Yes, it's no thoughts because it's so fast. The thoughts can't reach you in this vibration.
How can you be more connected to your intuition?
To trust.
What do you mean? Trust.
More you trust, more you build the bridge about you and your intuition.
Trust what? Your intuition?
Yeah.
So, but how can you feel it more? How can you
be present?
Be present. Meditation helps a lot.
Yeah.
Helps a lot. This is why, you know, every time that I do the meditation, I use the app Smiling Minds, and I recommend, it's free. And they always ask in the beginning of the meditation, why do you do that? What is your motivation for this? Like, why? Why do you do this meditation? And then you sit in silence and you think, why do I do that? And for me, for example, today it was always like the connection. I just want to be with the connection with the other dimension, you know, not only this dimension, the craziness of the people. I want to be away from it. I want to give some minutes to be like with my consciousness, with my awareness, a bit far away, disconnected from the madness I see every day, which I do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So this is a way. Meditation helps a lot. Also breathing, you do it a lot, Fabio, which is amazing. If you can notice your breathing like every day, just like even one breath, just to be very aware. Then you don't think because you cannot do both of them together. Just to breathe, just to have a space.
Yeah, you need just 5 breaths for
You say
it.
5, I say 1. It's okay. 5. You need 5
Okay,
breath.
the
2.
best is 5, and after feel how you change. Just 5 for it, because also you eat with your breath.
I didn't get this part. You also eat with your breath?
Yes, you eat energy. The air is energy.
I think you allow, okay, so the breathing, yeah, and you allow space. And when you allow space, you allow the dimension to connect to you, because he
Yeah.
wants to tell you stuff. Do this, don't do this. This will, this will help you. This will not. And when you give space and you're not in your thoughts so much, it really helps. We are now in like a beautiful place here in the nature on a mountain in Kisumu, Kenya, in Africa. And I'm so much more present, Fabio. The nature gives me so much space just to be still, and the noises and the birds and the silence. Wow, the silence, I miss it so much.
Yes. Especially, I like also this room. I think also this room have something special.
Okay, so I want to continue because we're talking about the freedom, yeah, and the breaking free from the pain body. So there is a really an interesting story in the book that I want to share about a woman which was really miserable. She came to Eckhart Tolle for a treatment, and then she smiled, but Eckhart Tolle felt she's so in pain. She's so sad, and really, like a few seconds after they started the session, she started to cry, like really to cry, and it's so interesting what it told her, and I think it will help me and other people who listen to this podcast. And then he says, I asked her to sense the emotion directly, instead of through the filter of her unhappy thoughts or a unhappy story. At this moment, this is what you feel. And he continued to ask her, instead of wanting this moment to be different from the way it is, which adds more pain to the pain that is already there, is it possible for you to completely accept that this is what you feel right now? That's so beautiful. If you just can accept. Oh my God, how many times I didn't accept and I was in fight and I tried to escape and I tried to run away instead of just like hosting this emotion that came to me because of my past, childhood, previous rounds, or just like the environment, the energy, the surrounding, just to accept, just to be there with it, don't fight it, don't add thoughts to it. The thoughts take so much of you.
Yes.
So he told her that, and then she didn't want to listen. She was like, if he said in the book, he said I felt she's going to leave in a few seconds. She's just going to get up and leave because she told him, I want you to help me to get away from these emotions. No, not to go inside and feel them. But then he told her, instead of wanting this moment to be different from the way it is, which adds more pain, that's what I said. Is it possible for you to completely accept that this is what you feel right now? Is it possible for you to allow those feelings to be there? Just to allow them, If you don't mind being unhappy, what happens to the unhappiness? That was really
What
beautiful.
mean is I don't I don't know what is what meanings.
Unhappiness?
No, no, the all of this.
So if you don't mind being unhappy, what happens to the unhappiness? So she comes to him, she's very sad, and she has a strong negative emotions, And what happens when you have a negative emotions? The thoughts comes, and there is a big party of suffering. Like many times I was just sad. I don't know why in the mornings or whatever, and then the thoughts comes that you don't do that. Why did you do that? From the past, from the future, all kind. I was like, wait a second. When I became a bit more aware, why? I just have the pain. I just have the sadness. Okay, I don't need to add any thoughts to it. Let it be. So every time she's been sad because she had a really trouble past. She always repeated the same thoughts, and she always fed the pain body. And then he told her, listen, just be aware of it, okay? If you don't mind being unhappy, what happens to the unhappiness? Just stay with that. Just be sad. No need to go to anywhere. When we are children and we are sad or bored, our parents immediately brings us food, or you got hit by a table or whatever. They just take some chocolate, or in my case.
Yeah, also in my case.
And I'm like, no, just let the child be with it. How can we learn as grown-ups to be with the boredom, to be with the sadness, because this is normal emotions that will be there even if we want them or not. And you can be the most optimistic person in the world. These emotions will also come to you. They will also be part of your energy. But if you fight them, they will be very strong. If you just be with them and host them without trying to kick them out,
I want to ask you,
it's easier.
what do you think about I eat all your candies? What you show me, I think in Shanzu.
Yeah.
We are in Shanzu and you show me in YouTube I eat all your candies.
Okay.
I think I have the...
Yes, so I will just explain. There is a fabulous, I don't know if fabulous, but they're really funny videos of Jimmy Kimmel about Halloween. When the parents come to the children's and tell them the day after Halloween, after they pick up so many candies together, the parents tell them, I ate all your candies, And then you see the reactions of the children's, and they are crying and miserable, just miserable. Just like a joke, and then the parents tell them, joke to you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so what is your question?
The question is, why the children is so fast to change the emotion? Happiness, unhappiness. These quotes
Happiness, unhappiness to happiness.
Yeah, easy.
Easy for them. Why it's so easy for them and not for us?
Yeah.
But also for us, we change in the thoughts. If you realize that your phone was stolen or your car was stolen,
Okay.
and then suddenly some policeman come with your car, your emotion changes.
Yes.
But for the children, you can really see it. Wow, they cry and they're so miserable. And then seconds, tell them, I tricked you. And then they're like, and they're laughing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what just happened, So your question is why it's so quick for them?
Why is so quick and for the person is not so quick for me? For my point of view, I think because we have a lot of thoughts, a lot of mind, repeated thoughts is...
Yeah. Also, children are children. They don't have so much pain body as you do. They don't have so much misery as you do. Like they will accumulate it in the next years.
Yes.
So when you're a child, you don't have almost. Maybe you have a little bit from previous rounds or whatever. I say previous rounds, and I don't care. I do believe in it, but let's say as a child, okay, as a baby, you have some experiences. You grow up, you fight, you cry, something happens, your parents disappoint you. All this, you accumulate negative emotions that in the end accumulate a big pain body. Then when you are grown up and something happens, you suffer a bit more. suffer more because everything is together. Everything. Do you suffer more? Because I think about like a child, you take his toy, he can really go to a tantrum and be crazy, you know?
Yeah.
But you go to a grown up and you take his stuff. No, actually, I think also for grown ups. Maybe we don't cry or we don't kick, but we suffer also. If we're attached to our stuff, we suffer so much, right? I know for me.
Yes. Yeah, also for me.
Yeah. Okay, so we continue with the book and with the story, and so that's what's so funny. Since she was really there and she said, "Okay, I'm going to try it." Suddenly there was a change in their field of energy. There was a space around. That's how she describes it. There, I'm still unhappy. I'm still sad, but now there is a space around the emotion. You know, no thoughts, just space. And that was so amazing. And Eckhart Tolle continued to say, since you cannot be unhappy without an unhappy story, this was the end of our unhappiness. It was also the beginning of the end of our pain body. Emotion, and this is important, emotion in itself is not unhappiness. Only emotions plus an unhappy story is unhappiness. This is so important. You can feel the pain, but you don't need to suffer, you know? There is a pain, okay? You're sad, something happens, you can be with it. But if you give thoughts to it, you suffer. You truly suffer. And for me it was done. I was done. I was really done. I couldn't handle it. It was too much. Now I understand really why people kill themselves, because they cannot handle this so much emotions. What are you expecting me to do? Like
So much.
I left
Yeah.
now, but I am laughing now, but really my mind drove me crazy. Like, give me such a stories and so much like I was in pain, and then the mind going crazy and gives me more negative thoughts. And I was like, okay, what is going on? Like, I really, like, that was so strange. I think this is what my awakening, you know? I was like, what's going on? This is too much.
Yeah.
It's too much for me. I was like, what do you want? Like, it didn't stop. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Something is weird. Something is not right, you know?
Yeah, okay, some things is not myself.
Exactly.
Okay.
That was the beginning. That's why, you know, we go back to your question, why? Why do you have such a big pain body? Or the mind is so active? Why? Why all of that? By the way, every time that you hear a rooster or a chicken,
Mm.
I think you should breathe. That's a sign for
Yeah.
breathing, you know? The beautiful birds and the beautiful animals here. So, yes. Um, yeah, it was that was too much for me. That was too much. I couldn't. I really couldn't handle it. All my life I thought, okay, I'm sad, I can do it. I don't need to tell anyone, and which I didn't. I always took care of myself by myself. And then you have depression after a breakup, and I couldn't. I just couldn't. It was too much for me. And then luckily I asked for help, and then I learned about acceptance, and I deepened my teaching, deepened the learning of Eckhart Tolle. So yeah, I also want to talk about pain body with childrens, which I think also it's good also for grown-ups to know, because yes, I will just read it and then we can talk about it. While the child is having a pain body attack, stay present. Stay present so that you are not drawn into an emotional reaction. The child's pain body would only feed on it. Pain bodies can be extremely dramatic. Don't buy into the drama. Don't take it too seriously. You know, I read it and I immediately think about two people in my life, my ex girlfriend and my nephew. You know,
Okay.
I also think it's also for grown-ups, because my ex-girlfriend, I can say, I believe she had a really big pain body, okay? And sometimes she was really into the drama, but nothing. And I was just like sitting there observing. I was like, what's going on, you know? I wasn't that aware as I am, I think, right now. At least that's what I think. But I felt something is like there is a madness now, and I knew every reaction will only feed on it, and it will be crazy, you know. But sometimes she just wanted to. I was in silence, but she wanted my reaction. She really begged for it, you know. Just give me something that I can feed on it, you know. And the other example is I told you about my nephew, which I love, and I was with her in the mall, and she had like a tantrum, whatever. I want you to buy me. Like she screamed in the middle of the mall, buy me this and this and this, and I really like. I looked at her so peaceful, and I was smiling because I saw the madness, and I didn't care. It's so strange because like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I think 10 years ago, will be so embarrassed, you know. Oh my
Exactly.
God, in the middle of the mall, but I didn't care. I was so peaceful, and then she looks at me so surprised. Nobody reacts to her. Like I used to people to react, you know,
Yeah.
to be in this game, but I didn't. And she was like, "What's going on?" She was so confused. But after a while, she relaxed, and then we went back. Actually, this is not the only time. She had also a tantrum other time, and all the neighbors, what happened? Why do you cry? And like going into this like drama,
Yeah.
and I was like, no, I was so pissed. She she just was in the drama and screaming, and I was just like in peace. I didn't want to feed. I really I felt I'm going to every reaction would be unnecessary now,
It's
would
not
not add
possible. Yeah.
anything to this. Just be.
It's a superpower. The human superpower is to be calm in this situation.
Fabio, you know what helps me to be calm? I just
Mm.
go to my body. Just feel my hands, my legs, my feet, my abdomen,
Yeah.
abdomen, my stomach, everything. I just feel my body. I don't go to my mind. My mind will not help me now.
No.
I need to react in more from a from a more deeper place, yeah. From a
Yeah.
deeper place, yeah.
Every reaction is you give energy. Every also
Oh
is
my God.
also if is positive reaction, you give energy. The best is to be quiet, calm, and wait until finish.
This is amazing tip. I don't think people who hear that really realize how much is important. I learned from an actually early age. I think since I was 20, I think. Not so early, but since my 20s, I realized when when I argue with something, with my friend, family, people, colleagues, when I argue, the situation goes way bad, so bad. And both of us are suffering, and it's really escalating so fast. But when I'm silent, completely, don't react, suddenly the other person calms down, maybe I also made a mistake, I'm sorry, like this, which was amazing for me. Like it was experiment for me. You don't talk, you don't react. I didn't know about Eckhart Tolle back then. I didn't know about this, but this is like similar. I remember I had a friend, and yeah, it was also my fault. I don't know. We scheduled to meet somewhere, and in the end we didn't. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. And she was so mad. She was so angry at me. Maybe rightfully. But I was just silent. I didn't react, and I was just present and let her be. Let her really give the emotion that she needed to give in that moment. And then she like, okay, but you know what? Maybe you didn't have to, and that's okay. And then everything everything was fine.
Everything is fine. Yeah, exactly.
You do it a lot, Fabio. You
A
don't
lot,
react.
a
You
lot.
don't react to nothing. And you save so much energy. I think energy for you is so important. I waste it so much, but you don't. Your energy is so important for you.
Yes, it's so important because I can focus. I can use this energy for better things, for my dream, for this.
Okay, so we continue. Um, okay, so I think it's really interesting about the children's, which is really amazing episode. I have to say, breaking free from the pain body, chapter number 6, because he talks about kids, and it was so amazing because so many kids have like tantrum and like drama and acts. And so he said, okay, your child has the tantrum, drama, panic attack. So he said, the next day, ask your child, what was it that came over you yesterday when you wouldn't stop screaming? What did it feel like? Was it a good feeling? That thing that came over you? Does it have a name? No? If it had a name, what would it be called? If you could see it, what would it look like? What happens to it when it went away? Did it go to sleep? Do you think it may come back? Amazing, Fabio. Amazing. I cannot, wow, this is such a good practice, spiritual practice to do with your kids. What happened to it? Like, really, they learn from early age to separate themselves from the pain body, which is one of the most amazing things you can give to a child, So amazing. What happened? Can you give me, is it have a name? How does it looks like? Really teach your child to separate itself from the pain body. The pain body is not who you are. And then when the child grows up, he suffers so much less. Oh my God, how many? Yeah. Okay, I think this is a good time to have a break, right?
Yeah.
We talked a lot about breaking free from the body, about how do you do it with kids. I think the practices with kids are also the same as for grown-ups. I really do. I feel you can always call it a name or feel it or sense it, Or every time that you're aware of it, you separate yourself and you don't identify it with the pain body, which helps you suffer less. And we will continue. See you next time. Ciao.